Hello everyone, AnEvilSnowman here, going to be bringing you another little gameplay from the Dota 2 beta. This time I'm going to be playing as Nature's Prophet, as you can see there on the Radiant side. Unfortunately this does mean more Radiant stay jungling, but hey, doesn't matter. You can pick up, I'm pretty sure that anyone who is, not a complete retard will understand that there's slight differences, but they're basically the same thing. As I said, going to be playing on the Radiant side. Got a Vengeful Spirit, Shadow Fiend. Probably going to go mid with the Shadow Fiend, Slaughter, and Dazzle. Very nice composition. Some people might notice these are all from. I'll have IMM in the title of their name. I just found these in a public game again. It wasn't like I've grouped up with some people, so. Lucky for me that I'm on this team because I assume they're using some sort of communication, and communication means coordination, and that's what Dota's all about. So there's a little, I think, a rather obvious tip, quite frankly, but yeah, communication, coordination, and that's how you lead to competition and something else beginning with the C and ending in initial. As you can see, straight off, just gonna use my own, waiting at the spawn, picking up Clarity and Ring of Basilis, I want to say Basilisk. Yeah, just using that and then remaining at the spawn so my mana regens, so that I have that little, so that I have that mana back. That's kind of important because using Nature's Prophet, if you don't have Ents, you are nothing. You will not jungle effectively without Ents, and if you're mana starved, obviously you can't cast Nature's Call to get those Ents, so you're going to be tanking the damage yourself. And however, that's just horrible. You will waste so much time going back with trying to get regen, etc. Just take the clarities, stay at the spawn for a little bit longer. As you can see, you can actually send the Ents out to start your jungling nice and early. You actually get there on the 30-second mark. There's no reason not to do it, so makes sense. It's a good idea. Yeah, so again, going for the easy pack first, as the first one I went to. Picking up this, I deliberately used my Call of Nature on those trees because it allows me to get a little bit extra mobility between those two packs. After that, heading straight back to the easy ones because I did take a little bit of damage there. Those wolves. I'm going to call them dogs. Wolves are dogs. They are slightly difficult because of course they have the critical damage. As you can see, the red jaggedness that popped up when I was fighting them. So again, gonna wait there and just keep going back to this, the easy pack. Why wouldn't I do that? Especially just to get the levels, so it can level up Nature's Call, and of course higher level Nature's Call, more Ents, which allows me to take on bigger packs. Again, there we go. We popped a Clarity there just to get our mana back. Obviously, hate Centaurs, they stun the Ents. Although the Ents are primarily used for blocking, it's not... stunning them, it does cause slight problems that they're not actually doing damage, because you do quite a considerable amount of damage. We'll see that in a little minute with further in the gameplay. First of all, this is my item build. I don't know if this is like directed at any sort of thing. Well, that didn't make any sense popping a Clarity there. Like a useful a standard build or anything, but I'm going to be going for a Hand of Midas first, and then hopefully using that on most cooldowns. However, I do miss quite a few. There is a lot of downtime. If I was to go for optimization of this, use the Hand of Midas every cooldown. It just makes sense. Quite easily, quite simply, it just makes sense. There's easy pack, or the small creeps, going on to the Wildkins. I hate the Wildkins. In contrast to Axe, as you can see, I am focusing down the targets. This was actually a poor decision right there, how I was attacking the larger of the Wildkins. I should have focused on the small ones, because then if they're dead, they're not attacking me, less DPS coming in onto me, which is obviously a good thing. And the Ents keeps them alive longer, and then I can use them, maybe not one every pull, I can pull them around and use them on a multitude of packs. The Wildkins I'm not so scared of, however the big one does do quite a bit of damage to me, so good idea. Again, saving up for Hand of Midas, that's going to be getting it 1.4k gold. I'm not too happy with the whole idea behind it. Really buggered up there, having to pull myself back without killing all the trolls. But I'm not too happy with the whole idea, as 1.4k gold, especially, essentially you want to get this before the 10-minute mark. If you're not, it really just doesn't make sense anymore after that. So that's a lot of money at the 10-minute mark. I mean, other people will have, assuming that they're jungling. My jungler is effectively someone in a lane, a solo lane. That's almost 2k gold with that. That's their boots, whatever they would be, treads, etc. Shadow Fiend coming in and stealing my jungle. Bad Shadow Fiend. That's their boots, and probably building towards one of the primary items, such as, I know you could have got gauntlets. Gauntlets, Nature's Talisman, or masky thing, whatever you want to call it. I can't pull it out of my head right now. Teleporting back to pick up that hand of Midas, then getting a teleport scroll so I can pop myself back down into lane quite effectively. Nice. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna go for Ancients. Now, it may have been a little bit too early to go for Ancients. Personally, the Inks do die just so fast. I pulled off a little bit too early there. I feel I could probably have taken down the large Thunder Lizard. Apparently these are called Thunder Lizard. I saw a DotA cinema. They look nothing like Thunder Lizards. They look like a Triceratops. Which, by the way, might not be a dinosaur. That was quite recent, that announcement. It may just be a baby form. This Triceratops with cool dinosaurs, okay? And it saddens me. They're not real. Okay. Anyway. Back to jungler. We did a little bit of laning. That was more to push Axe back away from our tower, because we don't want them to take down towers. Our goal as Furion, or Nature's Prophet, he's called Furion from Dota 1, but obviously, especially with Blizzard's focus more on returning Malfurion back into the Warcraft universe, they couldn't call him Furion. So our goal is to teleport around the place and use our ants to push towers. This does result in we will not be getting high amounts of kills ourselves, but it forces the other team to decide. So say my team are pushing bottom, okay, as they are, it seems. I should be going somewhere else, and I do. Nice, up here, and push back Omni Knight, who really should be in a team fight. He'd be far more effective there. This is a really bad decision for him. So that's not that fantastic. Anyway, so they're pushing that tower. I go somewhere else and push another tower. That forces them, if they're going to stick with pushing their tower, and this is obviously what they should do, they should focus on the one with the most people. Okay, I will take longer to take down a tower than a whole other team. So, and with that in mind, if there's two towers, one's at 50% health and one's at 75% health, the full team, the rest of all the IMMs, should be going to that tower with the 75% health, and sending me the 50% health tower. Again, I'm not communicating with them. As you see, everything that does come up on the screen is the only communication I have, so it's basically just pinging because I don't type at all. Everyone who's ever tried to talk to me, they'll know I am the worst typist in the world. Pinging because I don't want to get killed by Bounty Hunter, but then the rest of the team come up. Hopefully if Bounty Hunter reveals himself, Slardar will be able to drop his amplified damage on him, and then we're golden. Okay, we're just going to push this tower. Come on, Nature's Call, Ents onto there to tank the tower damage, and then everyone else gets to lay into them. I can use my Sprout traps in Skeleton King. Of course he comes back to life because he's OP and got reincarnation. But we kill him again, nice and easy. Take out pretty much everyone. Axe is going to die here as well. Where are you, Axe? Yep, you're dead. I think I'm stealing a lot of kills. But then I'm still alive. Go in, just fall to Weaver. That was a stupid decision. Should have used my teleport to get out of there. Bad play from me. I've confirmed all those kills and then get out nice and easy. Of course, in the dire state, I don't think I've said this yet, we have Bounty Hunter, Weaver, Skeleton King, Axe, and Omni Knight. Again, with Weaver and Bounty Hunter, wards would be good. As I said in my Ricky video on how we deal with these things, wards would be good. gem of True Sight, not so good because it's not permanent invisibility, and of course dust. But no one ever does that in this game. I am guilty of this myself. Effectively, I should have the highest income there using the Hand of Midas, which grants 190 gold every like 90 seconds, I think it is. It should be used every cooldown. I'm going to pick up Treads next. Treads obviously good. Going to keep them on strength because I want the health over anything else. Put myself a little bit more tanky again. I'm going to be pushing towers. I may have to tank a tower at some point. It's not recommended or anything. And obviously, if I can take more hits, that gives me a lot more time to get out and teleport around and hopefully get some kills. And maybe on this bounty hunter, do we get it? No, we don't. Our trees do despawn a little bit too early. Trees from sprout, but hey, we can't do anything about that. It's maxed out. That's not a thing that we could have dealt with other than getting a little bit more damage, which we do later on. As for right now, we're going to be going for, again, Hand of Midas comes off cooldown. Better get in and use that. Do we use it? Yes, we do. It's 100 seconds, not 90. There we go. Yeah, we get in there and we're going to pick up an Aghanim Scepter next. This is because of our ultimate. Our ultimate, for anyone who doesn't know, basically you pick a point in the minimap and everything that is in vision gets damaged from. It's a sort of wave, but it does actually hit everything eventually. But obviously, if someone's running away from something, you want to aim there because then that's where the damage propagates from. I don't know exactly how it works because it's like it seems like a stream, but I think it's just like a ripple in a pond. Like it spreads out from an epicenter. So, I don't know. But it's everyone on the map with vision. So you can steal people. If someone's jungling, you can steal the jungle. And that's happened to me a lot. I hate Nature's Prophet for this. But, you know, when I'm playing them, that's fine. So yeah, that lowers cooldown, more damage. Again, this is also effective against enemy heroes. Especially in team fights because, well, it's more damage, it hits everyone. This, again, if someone's running away, you use that, you can pick up the kill on them. Again, Nature's Prophet, kill stealing since, what, 2001, probably when he was introduced. Anyway, so pushing more towers, general, going for the Ancients. Ancients providing some more money. Again, stupid decision that I didn't kill that off earlier. Very poor, it meant that other things didn't spawn there. However, it did mean that the enemy didn't do it either, so not too bad. Other Ancients spawn because we just teleport in, nice and easy. Ents in there and take that out, not a problem there at all. Gonna go with Vengeful Spirit. Hopefully we're gonna try and push bottom a little bit more, try and get at least have some pressure on them, become killers. That's fine. That's why I'm saving my Ents next cooldown. So we can use that. Send the Ents in, they'll help out, and we'll bunch up at their secret shop. Use the Ents, tank the damage. We're probably going to take this tower regardless. They're going to come and fight us, but not too great. Bounty Hunter thinks he's going to do a little bit of backdooring. A very poor misclick from me, not trapping Bounty Hunter there. We would have got the kill easily if I hadn't made that mistake. Bounty Hunter comes back in, which was not smart. We're not going to miss it this time. He's not getting a second chance. He was lucky. He abused that. We punish him for it. That's how it works. Back to the spawn to pick up my quarterstaff. Going to be working on an Orchid of Malevolence. I like this item a lot. Intellect. You're an intellect hero. You get bonus damage from that. Damage on it itself, plus attack speed. And it does have an active, but I'm not sure I used it. I think it's got an active silence. It does a little bit of burst damage. I'm pretty sure I didn't use it in this game. These buns are just too complicated. I'm trying to focus on using the Hand of Midas as much as possible. Skeleton King comes back to life. He's going to try and kill us because he's behind us. Take out Bounty Hunter and push their tower with Ents. So they're going to come deal with us. Teleport down. A bad teleport positioning. Horrible with the blink from Axe last time. That was an awful, awful teleport. Bad misclick, and that's why you shouldn't click on the minimap. Right there. There's Slaughter trying to pursue Weaver. Just gonna teleport in, try and give him some sort of backup. He does get the amplify damage off on Weaver, making him unable to go invisible, but then the rest of his team comes down and does kill Slaughter. I tried to help him out by getting a little sprout tree ring, that's what I'm calling it now, tree ring around them, but it doesn't help out. Doesn't help too much. They're working again towards the Orchid and Malevolence. 2 Oblivion Staffs required, so you kind of want to get an Oblivion Staff for the bonuses on that item, then get it again on a subsequent item. If only I had teleport, I could have went and got that. Go to it, what are you doing? No, Shadow Fiend basically has that covered, I would assume. So, and everyone else is going down there. Anyway, I can push a tower, which is good. And they're just finishing off our second Oblivion Staff. Hopefully have a courier coming to give us it. Yes, we do. But I teleport just to confuse my little pony. You're over there. Ah, how did you end up here? It's nice and odd. Vengeful Spirit pursuing someone else. Vengeful Spirit again, pretty good disable on himself. As well, Slaughter's very good disable. Makes everything nice and easy. Gonna take out Skeleton King. If we had silenced him, Skeleton King, if you didn't know, his ultimate is a passive that gets him is it regeneration? No, it's reincarnation. Now, if you silence him before you kill him, he's silenced, and because it's technically a cast, then he can't use it, and he will come back to life. So, silence is very effective against Skeleton King. Which is good, because I should have an Orchid of Malevolence to use on him, so that doesn't help out. We're going to take out an Omni Knight, whether he likes it or not. We ring ourselves this time, and then use Teleport to get out. That gives us a security of no melees coming near us. If it's ranged, then, well, we can't really deal with that, but melee, which is generally who I have problems with, shouldn't be in range of ranged people, because I'm also ranged. Then we just bring ourselves, teleport out. It gives us the chance. That means we're not going to get stunned, so it's going to be range stuns. For example, Skeleton King. So that wouldn't have helped, but other than that, that was a good play by myself. I'm quite pleased with that. Send more jungling, because we can't really get creeps, essentially. Sorry, not essentially, as easily. Because all our lanes are pushed. And we're kind of saving it for more. We're not going to use our ultimate, because we want that for team fights. Of course, if you do have ultimate, since it does just do it on vision, what we could do is spawn an Ents, and then send them to all the creep packs in the jungle, and then activate it. That could be effective, but that would require far too many clicks, and my micro is not that good. As you can see, as I managed to teleport myself on a ledge instead of cutting off Skeleton King. Not too fantastic. Getting away, thanks. Dazzle tries to use his Shallow Grave to get out. Doesn't help. Doesn't help out Vengeful Spirit, but that's okay. Slaughter gets. Does Slaughter buy back? I think Slaughter bought back. No, Slaughter's dead. Must have had Aegis or such. Anyway, back up here. Gonna go try and push some more towers, or at least push a lane. And then hopefully get some towers. Again, not having to worry about too much about getting in action. We have that teleport, which is fantastic. Picking up a Mithril Hammer because we're going for a Desolator next, because it makes our makes our spell bolts. Let's call them that. Makes them orange and more bright, colourful. Which is almost my entire reason for getting it. I'm sure you'll agree that that's very important. Gotta have the style. Hoping that I can cut someone off. This may have been a bad idea, but we managed to take out Skeleton King. We'll bring Skeleton King, and that holds back our axe as well. So, because he thinks he's getting a little bit cocky, and that's going to help. So now, whole team will just push straight up bottom. Hopefully take out 2 rafts, because obviously we've got the tower already. Again, Bounty Hunter there. Slaughter can get off his cast, we'll be fine. Take out the 2 barracks, nice and easy. It's pretty much GG from this point. They're mostly dead. They can't come and fight us, we're really far ahead. Obviously in gold, kills, etc. Almost doubling them, actually. If we can get another 4 kills before they get one, we'll be fine. But that's it. Not want to be a little bastard. Gonna end the game instead of just farming everything as the other team do, as the rest of IMM do. So thanks to IMM. It's really good of you to let me use this in your video. Thanks to you for watching, and we'll see how our final score comes out. We ended up going with Nature's Prophet, so we weren't specifically going for kills. Nature's Prophet, we come out 8-1-11. Clearly, teleport's overpowered as I only died once. I would say almost entirely like that, or maybe it's because I was playing really passively in the jungle the whole time. Either or, really. So what have we learnt? Build. What do we build? Hand of Midas and Agonums, then followed by Orchid of Malevolence and a Desolator, using Power Treads kept on strength just to give us that little bit boost in HP, because Intelligence really wasn't going to do too much for us. So yeah, bounce around the map like a lovely bouncy ball, trying to take towers, and use you can sprout yourself to use that little trick, sprout yourself, and then teleport out, because that blocks all melee from hitting you basically. So that's pretty good. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks even more if you're subscribed. If you're not, you want that thanks, you just hit the subscribe button. We should have an annotation there. Again, this casting is a little iterative process, so please leave me a comment on what you liked, what you didn't like, etc. Thanks very much once again, and we'll see you in the next